Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Happy Friday. It is Friday, and we're going to be doing some Zerg Strategy. Podcast is already up for Diablo 3, and then some Here We Go with commentaries. Yes, StarCraft 2 commentary for you today. This matchup is going to be between Fnatic Sen and OGS MC. You can see here we are in Tal'Darim Altar. Up in the upper right-hand corner, we have got Sen as the red Zerg player, and down in the bottom right, we do have OGS MC as the blue Protoss. So Protoss versus Zerg, Sen versus MC. This is actually going to be a best of 5 series. So yes, best of 5 between MC and Sen. Let's get this train a-crackin' here. I don't know. Talking about MC moving out right now with the scouting probe, and Fnatic Sen saying, please don't 3-0 me. And oddly enough, you know, it's just interesting that he would say that. Pretty comical. MC obviously known as an incredibly strong player, and depending on your feelings on the matchup, some people would say maybe Protoss has an advantage. MC saying it'll be a 3-1, and Fnatic Sen throwing him the less than 3 sign. We can see right now MC moving into the main base of Sen. We'll be scouting him out. Looks like MC will certainly be going for a Forge Fast Expand build that's you know, largely indicated by that pylon placement there. Almost certainly what he's going to be doing. That's a very popular particular opener on this map in particular, but really any map that has a basically a large area of distance to cover with the ground from base to base, so any kind of larger map, and then a map that has an expansion that's relatively easy to kind of get that wall off with that forge gateway, a couple of cannons, maybe that cyber core up there as well. So back over here we can see Sen looks to be starting on one base right now. MC just kind of dancing around. He's got quite some time before he actually has to worry about anything. He will want to try to stop any sort of you know, quick expand. So you can see right now moving down as soon as he sees that drone move down. Now this drone is likely going to be for scouting purposes. Actually no, he might be trying to go for a little bit of a oh wow, actually does end up dropping it. Very interesting, and the reason I make note of that is because many times when you see pool first, it ends up being the case that there comes an extractor, and then you go queen, a couple Zerglings, and then around 21 supplies when you get that hatch. But Fnatic Sen mixing it up a little bit, and unfortunately for MC, wasn't actually able to stop that. Now back over here, we can see MC does have his Forge and his Gateway coming out. Also, there goes that Nexus coming on through right now. MC will be moving across and trying to finish this wall off, or actually dropping the cannon right now as well. So yes, the Forge Fast Expand here for MC will be his opener build. And as mentioned prior, this is just, you know, incredibly popular build for Protoss against Zerg on any of these larger maps that has a decent choke out front. I mean, I see this really in the PvZ nearly every game the Protoss player on Tal'Darim I've been seeing go for that Forge Fast Expand. At least the games that I personally have commentated and watched. We can see right now Sen having a moment of opportunity to actually sneak into the base. Now, he wouldn't be able to do much other than get some scouting down. He might be able to kill off this probe, but no, the cannon finishes. Kills off the Zerg, and then the probe is free to drop down that cybernetics core. So very nice there, MC moving back just in the nick of time, letting that cannon finish, and then finish off that Zergling. We can see right now the Overlord will be moving on up, and obviously not seeing much that he doesn't already know. He knows the Nexus is here, but he's pretty safe right now. A little while until there's going to be any anti-air for that Overlord to contend with. Back over here for Sen, we can see expansion is up right now. He does have his first queen up at the main, second queen over here at the natural as well. Just starting now, that metabolic boost. Let's see what he started out. It looks like he started out with those 4 Zerglings, losing the 1 to this cannon over here. Look at that, 1 kill for the cannon. Overlord moving on through right now. He is checking for any tech, any possible hidden tech that may be tucked away in the back corner or anything like that. He wants to see if, he wants to see how many gateways are in the main, if any, or if he went for maybe like a fast Stargate or anything like this. It's really, again, feeling pretty safe right now to Neander on about, because it will be a little while until that first Stalker and or Sentry is actually out on the map. And actually, just as I mentioned that, we do have a Stargate coming on through here for MC right out front, so very interesting. Obviously, if a Zergling tucked up close to the wall, he would scout that, but at the same time, the cannon would be able to smack him right in the face. So probably just relying on the fact that Sen isn't likely to move that close. And actually, I think he's wanting to, knowing the fact that he sees something warped in. I'm not sure that he actually was able to check that there. Is the Overlord going to try to spot it out? Still not able to see it there, unfortunately. And look at this over here. Fnatic Sen going for that quick third, knowing the fact that MC has come out with his quick expansion. He wants to get up a third one pretty much almost immediately after as well. This is really going to allow him to stay on par economically with what MC is going to be churning out, because as said many times before, a 2-base Protoss will beat a 2-base Zerg. The Zerg player does want to expand, unless we see like a very fast early push with Roach Speedling. That's really the only time I've seen a 2-base Zerg be able to contend with a quick expanding Protoss without going for that third himself. What do we have going on over here for Sen? Is the layer coming on through? No, because he's actually working on this hatch right now. The layer was a little bit delayed, but there we go. Now finally starting, and he will be actually coming out with that at his expansion. The metabolic boost is in right now. He does have an evolution chamber coming through as well, but at the moment, just relying on speedlings, a couple of queens thrown into the mix. Now we do have that Void Ray, and actually spotting that out. The Void Ray does have 1 kill. I think that must have been the Zergling that was camped out front there, but the Void Ray will be moving around and trying to actually catch these queens off guard. We have a lot of queens though right now, 4 between that main and the natural. He should have no problem dealing with this Void Ray. 1 Void Ray cannot handle 4 queens at all, not even remotely. Now, big concern right now for Sen is that MC might end up scouting out this third. He's going to move over here and see that there isn't a third, but I'll be interested to see if he meanders on over, and it looks like he's going to. So he will be getting a free Overlord kill likely over here, and then moving and scouting out this expansion. We can see 2 Spore Crawlers get in place right now for Sen. Won't really protect him back here in the resource line, though, because the Void Ray can just sit right back there. So the 1 Overlord is down right now, and here goes that Void Ray getting ready to pursue and continue to push on in. And we do have another, actually, there's a couple of Phoenixes moving out right now, and he's just sticking with the Stargate tech right now, not doing much else. It looks like the Void Ray trying to target fire down that Spore Crawler instead of working on the resource line. Then the Queen popped out and was actually able to shoo it away, and actually it's going to be really close right now, but never mind. Phoenix coming into play, lifting off the Queen there and being able to drop that very quickly. MC does want to stay away from that Spore. Looks like at the moment his air harassment of this expansion has been taken care of. Lots of Phoenixes in play right now for MC. This is going to give him a really easy way of getting map control, essentially. Picking up these Zerglings in the middle of the map, not going to be that difficult at all. And with a very nice micro, he should be able to do quite a bit of harassment to send. So let's see what he's able to do here. We've got 3 Queens coming up. There we go. 1 and 2 3 Graviton beams. So all the Queens are up in the air. There is no anti-air right now dealing with this. Looks like he does want to try to get rid of that Spore Crawler. Forced to push back, though, because the Void Ray is really low and the Hydra is taking out the Void Ray. 1 Phoenix gets dropped as well. I believe that was rallied to this group of Phoenixes, and looks like they will be heading back home. Those Hydras very scary. Now, if you can get the Hydras while they are still in low numbers, the Phoenixes can actually take them out before they end up taking too much damage. And it looks like this Void Ray will be taken care of. 1 Phoenix sitting back at home. Should have no problem with that. We can see right now MC getting ready to switch into Gateway Tech, and Sen pulling that Overlord on down, was actually able to scout that the Gateway transition was coming. And obviously, we don't expect, MC to stick on Stargate Tech for the entire game. That wouldn't be the best idea in the world, although he does have some very nice micro and can do quite a bit of damage with these Phoenixes, and we can see he's definitely keeping that up right now. So we'll be moving out and trying to continuously do as much as he can, especially once you start to get large numbers. You're really not too concerned about a few Spore Crawlers. You just run on in, take out a Queen, and then leave, and that's pretty big, pretty hefty damage. Losing a Queen is a problem as a Zerg player. That larva production that you miss out on is kind of a pretty big deal. So MC, again, doing what I mentioned prior, will be just moving around the map, trying to make sure that he does have map control and he's denying vision as much as possible. Although we are seeing Sen do some proper creep spread here, and this is what he needs to do, because right now this is the only way he can see any sort of push that would be coming from MC. Can see MC getting ready, moving into Charged Zealots, and those, once able to swoop right up on those Hydras, will absolutely tear through them. So that's a major concern for Sen, most definitely. Sen does have some Infestors coming out. Fungal Growth will help tremendously against those Phoenixes as well as those Zealots. If you can catch them in one big group, drop a Fungal Growth right on the middle, rooting them in place will allow those Hydras to actually tear right through them. We've got the level 1 upgrades coming over here for MC. MC sitting on quite a few more gateways right now, and back inside of the main base over here, we can see a bunch of Hydras moving out for Sen. He will be trying to engage those Phoenixes, though the Phoenix being so quick, we'll be able to just pull away, and here come the Charged Zealots as well. Needs to be very careful. Pull back to creep here. We've got these Infestors. Hopefully they don't get lifted up. There's a Fungal Growth. We need a Fungal Growth, though, on those, there we go. Fungal Growth going right on the Zealots as well. We need a few more Fungals on those Phoenixes because those Infestors are likely to get lifted up, being charged down. all but one infestor left right now. We've got a couple reinforcements coming. It doesn't look like enough, though. This Zealot Phoenix push, even as small as it may be, is doing a lot of damage right now. Sen just lost a majority of his army, lost all of those infestors as well as those hydras. Very, very expensive units, the two of those. So that's a very, very unfortunate indeed. Zealots swooping on up. They will be taking out the few units that are here, but it looks like we've got a couple of Zergling reinforcements that are helping the cause over here, lifting up these two queens. Sen will be losing the queens, but we got some hydras over here as well. So this Phoenix is getting taken out very quickly and actually not able to get that last queen right there. A couple of Zealots getting surrounded by drones, a couple of Zerglings and Queens and Hydras moving forward, but again, look at that in the low numbers. Those Phoenixes can take out those Hydras. As mentioned before, the Phoenix count is getting very low, and with some reinforcement Hydras, I think Sen should be able to push this back, and the Queen's still alive, doing some damage and forcing MC to pull away there. Pretty intense action. We've got a couple Zealots, and those will be heading back home right now. At the same time, we do have MC transitioning here into High Templar. He does have his third expansion coming out, and here is the fourth base over here for Sen as well. So wow, very nice engagement between those two. We also have an in-base hatch over here for Sen. Certainly like to see that. Level 2 melee attack coming on through. We also have the level 2 Carapace coming through as well. There's a Spire. Actually didn't even see that get dropped. Tons of Zerglings, Baneling Nests. That will help him deal with those Zealots most certainly. And what will MC be going? Finally throwing some sentries into the mix. Those force fields will be very necessary, especially given the mass amounts of Zerglings that are coming on through right now. Still some infestors in play here for Sen as well. We have one probe scouting out the Xel'Naga Tower and that proxy pylon. That helped to reinforce that big engagement that we saw over there. Phoenix is moving around the map, checking for overlords, also checking for expansions. You can see just going in far enough to see, hey, is there any creep over here? He just wants to make sure that Sen isn't hiding anything fancy, and if he were, we would likely to see some warp-ins from this proxy pylon and take out that expansion very, very quickly. Over here, dropping a creep tumor, very nice. Sen prepping himself to be able to get up this expansion sometime in the relatively near future, I would have to assume. Rallying up a lot of his troops here in the middle of the map. Tons and tons of Zerglings. Few Hydras in the mix as well. We got some Infestors coming on through, but so many more Zerglings. Really, really focused on these Zerglings here. And the Ventral attacks coming through and the Baneling speed. We could very well be seeing some dropping here. Some Overlord dropping with those Banelings. That can be quite devastating, and I'm not sure MC will be aware that this is coming. Now, yes, Phoenixes will deal with those Overlords, but the Phoenix count is very low right now. And taking a look, yes, just those three. No other Phoenixes hidden anywhere else across the map. Let's take a look here at the unit loss tab. I want to see where they are respectively. It looks like Sen is quite a bit behind, so MC has managed to do quite a bit of damage. I mean, we have seen a lot of Phoenix harass, and that engagement, you know, Sen lost a lot from that Zealot Phoenix push. That was very effective from MC. Zealot Phoenix push, pretty solid stuff, I'd have to say. We've got the Blink Stalkers leading the front there with the Observer. We'll be dropping down some creep tumors. One Baneling forcing the whole group back there. That is one baller Baneling. Blink Stalkers saw him, and they're like, I don't think so. See you later. Pulling all the way back. Hilarious, hilarious. MC just chilling out over here with these Phoenixes and a couple of Zealots. Got some Stalkers over here harassing from the high ground. Might actually be able to take out this Extractor, and that'd be pretty unfortunate for Sen because that's obviously going to cut back on his Vespian Gathering. We do have a Transfuse though, and with Vision to the high ground, here comes some Stalkers and Infestors, and here comes some Hydras and Infestors, and see you later, Stalkers. MC prompting for a big push right now. He's got quite a few High Templar all sitting at full energy. Blink Stalkers again leading the way. This time the Baneling felt the wrath of those Stalkers. They got a few reinforcements and like, okay, now we can take you, you soul Baneling, you. And this is a big army, and I'm really a little bit concerned for MC because those Banelings being dropped right on his face. It's pretty scary, especially given the fact that we do have a few Infestors here. What we would ideally see here from Sen is fungal growth on the main army, drop those Banelings, and then that'll be see you later for a lot of those Stalkers. Stalkers can't blink away from that. Walking into a storm, though. Zerglings need to be careful. That is the last thing you want to do, and we're going to see them pretty much vie for control here of this Xel'Naga Tower. That, you know, MC needs to see what's coming, and vice versa. So here we go, and we'll be moving forward. The big storm's going down. Not able to get any fungal growths off, and the Overlord's nowhere near those Stalkers. We'll be finally trying to drop, but those Blinks, oh man, blinking away from the Banelings. Banelings coming from the other side, though, doing quite a bit of damage, but was it enough? We've got some Hydras moving in the mix. Infestor does get taken out. There were some really nice feedbacks on those Infestors that cut back on Sen's ability to drop that fungal growth, and it looks like this big Stalker army still remaining will be able to push forward, but here we go, some Hydras and Banelings forcing them to walk back right now. We do have a Storm available for that High Templar. There we go, dropping it, then switching into an Archon. Pretty intense engagement there. We still have a couple of stalkers here, and it looks like, yes, they will be moving forward to harass again from the high ground, blinking back before taking too much damage, and a transfuse going down on that spine. The spine crawler trying to do as much damage as possible. We do have a couple of zerglings. They will be moving on forward to try to deal with that, but there's actually way too many stalkers right there for that for this amount of zerglings to deal with, so I don't think this is gonna bode too well right now for Sen. Getting a few zealots in there as well to deal with those, and the blink stalkers will be able to just move down. Now we've got some a larger group of zerglings moving forward to help deal with this, but some more warpings of zealots, and right now this is nothing that Sen can deal with, and it looks like he's going to be getting sandwiched here. These zerglings taken out with ease. See you later, Sen. Just losing those very unnecessarily. He should have just gone maybe around that way, and Sen, realizing this is not looking good, just calling the GG. Open up this game with a Forge Fast expand, and shortly thereafter we did see Sen come out with his third expansion. MC started the game out with some Void Ray and Phoenix harassment, which proved to be a little bit of a headache for Sen. However, once Sen got some Hydras in play, he was able to push back this push from MC. We then saw a strong Charge Zealot Phoenix push. However, with some fungal growth and the fact that Sen was so close to reinforcements, he was able to defend against this. However, he did lose his entire army as a result. Sen attempted to do some Baneling dropping, however it required him to land Fungal Growths, and because of feedbacks and storms, all of his infestors died. The Banelings as a result were not nearly as effective, and MC was able to quite handedly deal with this, and then after that fact, just won the game due to being in a stronger position. Alright, so there you go, guys. That was game number 1 in this best of 5 series here between Sen and MC. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We'll be moving on to game number 2 in just one moment. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.